everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Brooke with Bettering Brookster. It's been a hot minute since I got on here and gave you guys a video. That was mostly because I was waiting on the results from my blood draw for my vitamins, and I kept waiting and kept waiting. So finally I called the clinic and they were waiting on copper and zinc results to come back before they reviewed the rest of it. And come to find out, they had never turned that in, so they would have been waiting a long time because they would never have gotten results. So anyway, I also want to give you a couple other updates, but I'll start with food. Again, week 8 and 9, I'm still not successful with chicken. I've tried grilled chicken. I've tried chicken with barbecue sauce, and it's a no-go for me. I'm just not doing well with chicken. I'm holding ground beef down pretty well, and like beef that's cut up for like fajitas, I can cut that up even smaller and I can partake in that. But overall, the only meat I can't eat right now is ground meat. I've tried lunch meat, and it's like one bite of lunch meat and it's so heavy that I haven't even ventured there again. So meats are really my only problem. Vegetables, I can do just about any vegetable. And fruit, so far I've done cantaloupe, watermelon, strawberries, and bananas. And every fruit I've tried has been successful. Oh, and I had a piece of watermelon the other day, but it was like literally a bite size. For some reason, when I eat a meal, it's 5 to 6 bites, but I can eat a whole banana. I don't understand it. I don't know why. I can even eat a banana with some peanut butter on it. So it's all a guessing game with your body, and what you can eat this week, you may not be able to eat next week. So just keep experimenting, and it happens to all of us. It's not just happening to you. I've gotten my water intake up to about 55 ounces, which is better. I was stuck at like around 40. So I'm doing 2 shakes a day and about 55 ounces of water. And then at dinner time, I'll usually allow myself a flavored water, or yes, I've even had some iced tea. We're not really supposed to have the caffeine, but sometimes with a meal you just want something different. So that I am a rule breaker in that. But overall, food is going pretty well. It's just small. It's hard to know what to get. So for example, we went to a barbecue last weekend, and I was like, oh, well, I want to try this corn that they had. It was like a kind of a cream corn, but it was homemade. But I also wanted to try the taco meat that they had made. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Well, even my little bit was still, I threw food away, and I feel terrible throwing food away. I don't know how you guys feel, but it's the hardest thing that I'm experiencing right now is throwing food away. So I will tend to eat off my husband's plate if I can, if we're in a public setting. And then of course at home, I don't eat that much. I know what I can eat at home, but sometimes it's hard in public. So I just nibble off his plate most of the time. So moving on to blood labs, and I'm probably gonna have to look down a lot because I made you guys some notes. So the last set of blood work that I got was prior to surgery. But since surgery, I would say I've had pretty good marked improvement. To give you an example, my total cholesterol is down 45. My HDL cholesterol is down 5. My triglycerides are down 140. My glucose is down 17. Those are probably the most noticeable thing on here. My B12 is actually high, which is one of the things that they're concerned about. Now granted, a few days before this I had gotten a B12 shot, so if I got retested today, that might be a little bit lower. My vitamin D is actually in optimal, which is good because before I was low in vitamin D. And the only thing that really throws a red flag, and I have not really had a chance to research this, and I definitely have not talked to the doctor, is my belly ribbon totals are high. And it says it should normally be in a 0.2 to a 1.2, and it's a 1.7. So they listed that as high. Other than that, when you look at these sheets, you want to see all green when you scroll down the page. So the only thing, my triglycerides are still high, but like I said, I came down 140 points in that. So I still need marked improvement there. And then my B12 showed up as red because it's actually high. And then that belly ribbon total. So I'm gonna if you guys know what that is, leave me some comments and let me know. But belly ribbon is high. And I tried to research it a little bit before this video, and I wasn't finding a whole lot of stuff on the internet, so I may just have to call a clinic and say, hey, explain this to me. Another thing that improved was my iron, and the saturation percentage of iron is way better than it was. And it's kind of right in the middle. They want you to be 16 to 45, and I'm at a 26, so I feel pretty good about that because it was a little bit low before. They also check like your red blood count, your white blood count, all of that. That all looks good. It's all in the green. So overall, I would have to say that my blood results are better this time. Not perfect, but they are better. Still going to work on that. I don't know why the the triglycerides are still high, because they're really not getting that much sugar. I mean, there's some protein bars that have sugar in it. And of course peanut butter has sugar in it, but we're really not taking in that much sugar. So maybe that'll come down again when I have my next blood draw, which should be at my 6-month appointment. I have noticed I'm still losing anywhere from 2 to 4 pounds a week, but I have noticed on the weeks where I up my protein, which my protein goal, it's set by your physician or by your nutritionist for you. My goal is 80 grams, and that's 2 shakes at least, plus I've got to figure out how to get another 20 in. So some days that can be more difficult than you would think, just because we're not intaking like we used to intake. So I have noticed when I do get closer to my goal, I have a better day. So if I were you, I would strive out of everything that you focus on to get that protein up. Don't worry about your macros and your fat intake and your carb intake. Just try not to eat carbs and up that protein, and I promise you, from what I've experienced, you're going to have a better day, better week. But it seems like this week, since I've upped that protein quite a bit, I'm losing about 1 pound a day, which is what I would like to see instead of 4 pounds a week in a 7-day period. So my suggestion, I'm not a doctor, but my suggestion is up that protein, lower those carbs, don't eat the potatoes, don't eat the corn, try not to eat anything fried, and I think you'll see better results in that. The other thing is I'm at 106 pounds total loss this week. It's actually, my phone tells me 107, but it's 106.8. So if you use the Berrytastic app, know that it rounds. So my true is 106.8 total loss and 42.8 since surgery. So I'm overall pretty happy with that. And again, my average is, about 3 to 4 pounds a week. I have had a new experience that I was hoping that I wouldn't have, and that is I've started losing hair more. I've always lost hair, but it has definitely increased. And I had already talked to my hairdresser about this because she actually has two customers who have already had this surgery, so they're both over a year out. And so we had already had this discussion because I don't have the prettiest hair, but I care about my hair. My grandmother was a hairdresser, and that is one thing that she always instilled in me is take care of your hair, don't buy crappy shampoo. So I'm spoilt. Like, I never have crappy shampoo. I always have either Biolage, or sometimes I'll buy Crew because it smells so good and I like my husband to use it. Chi, like, I always have good hair products. If I may have Save Always in the cabinet, but I'm going to have good hair products. That was instilled in me. Anyway, so my hairdresser suggested that I use Redken Extreme Links. And I ordered it on Amazon, and they sent me the wrong thing. They sent me Redken Extreme. So if you order on Amazon, make sure it's extreme length. But she swears by it. And those two girls have used it. And one of them, I talked to her and she was like, oh, I think it's helped my hair drastically. And she said, it's not going to hurt you to up your biotin. I already take biotin every day, but she said, just up it. Just take 2 pills. So I'm going to try that and see. It's not, I mean, I can run my hand through my hair and I usually will pull out a couple hairs. And I mean, I've always had hair loss, but not to that extent. Like I have 3 or 4 in my hair just from doing that. So it's well taken care of hair, but it is starting to fall out. Another reason why I wanted to up that protein, because the clinic says up your protein, and that'll help with hair loss. So overall, 8 and 9 have been pretty good, with the exception of the hair setback. And 106.8 and 42.8 since surgery. I feel pretty comfortable with that. But don't compare yourself to me. That's one thing that I catch myself doing is I'll be looking on Facebook or whatever and I'll be like, oh, well, Jared and I had surgery the same day and he's lost, 52 pounds. Why have I only lost 42? Well, he's a guy, number one. Number two, he just may have a different metabolism and he may lose different than me. So maybe I've lost more inches than Jared. I don't know, but I catch myself doing that and I have to tell myself, hey, this is your journey, not their journey. You can't compare. So anyway, if you guys have any comments about the belly ribbon, let me know. And I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Belly Reuben. Let me know. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on there. And overall, I'm happy with my blood work. It's not perfect, but it's great strides. It's better than it was. I think I told you guys I was off my blood pressure medicine, and she didn't give me any extra vitamins or anything to take after these labs. So overall, I think she's pretty pleased. So if you have any comments regarding the belly ribbon, please leave it below. If there's anything you guys want to see from me or hear from me, let me know. Now that she didn't change my video, maybe I'll be able to do the vitamin video that I keep promising you guys. But I literally just filled up my 2 trays, so it'll have to be another day. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the email, the friend requests I've gotten on Facebook. If you want to friend request me, it's Brooke Bow, B-O-W, B-R-O-O-K-E-B-O-W. And again, I've been leaving my email below for those of you that are more comfortable asking questions via email. I'll do my best to answer them. We're all in this together. I appreciate you guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next week or 2. Bye.